Like what was it?
Yeah, I guess so. I missed that.
Right. Right.
Uh, waiting.
No one.
Waiting.
So that's just yeah.
I feel like something is, like I said, I have that feeling that something big is going on. Wait a minute. There's Peter O'Reilly. We're all set. There's Peter. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Hey, I want to introduce myself again. I haven't seen you since San Francisco Super Bowl. Yeah, it's great to see you again. You got it. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Since those who was there.
Hey, how are you?
All of us.
I'm Zenny, by the way. Zenny Abraham.
Good to meet you.
Great to meet you, too. What's your name?
Gloria.
Oh, it says, I'm stupid, folks. Gloria? Yeah. Congratulations on the Super Bowl.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's quite excited. Yeah,
This is very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to 2028.
Well, I formed the bid to bring the Super Bowl to Oakland. We lost to Jacksonville in 2000. So you guys are headed for a really big ride again.
Yeah.
Been through this again. This is a lot of fun. So,
I hope to be able to attend.
oh, hey, just ask.
I will.
Get this lady a Super Bowl ticket, okay? That's in order. Thanks. Hey, Mr. Mayor.
I know.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, Zenny. Hey, Mr. Mayor, congratulations, Zenny Abrams, Zenny 62 Media. Congratulations. You got it. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
Just to get him last night.
I'm sorry.
He came to my retirement, so
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Wow.
I don't feel like I'm retiring yet.
You look like you're 24.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
They've got a one-page or something. We would love to.
We got it there on the Wonder Stuff States.
And chamber,
He's
senator,
the Speaker of the House.
Speaker
Speaker.
of the House, that's what I thought. Say,
He's
yeah,
the Speaker.
yeah. Mr. Speaker, congratulations. Zenny Abrams, Zenny 62 Media. Congratulations. Yes, yes.
This is awesome, isn't it?
Incredible day. Yeah. You guys, you too. I headed the effort to bring the Super Bowl to Oakland. We lost to Jacksonville in 2000. So you guys do it right. You do it right again and again and again.
We got a good
She's, yeah.
Gotta go check.
Yeah, get her a ticket. See, trying to help you out here.
Okay. Gotcha. So,
I wanted Oaklanders to see that because we've lost 4 sports teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Raiders, the Warriors, the A's, and the Bay Oakland Panthers, which are now the Bay Area Panthers. We've lost 4 teams. So you guys, I want people to hear how it's supposed to be done, you know? Because we don't prize sports. We don't. I'm saying that on camera, folks. Yeah, we don't. And I'm out here now caregiving for my mom. She's in Fayetteville, Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am. That's what, yeah. So she just turned 90. So, yeah, so, but
Congratulations.
thank you.
At this hotel about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Person I know that turned 90 at her.
Oh, yeah. Something else. I think something's about to start. Thank you. Okay, see ya. I expect the commissioner is going to come through that door with Peter O'Reilly. Yeah. There's Roger. Mr. Blank.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Atlanta. We want to welcome all the NFL media that's with us, but also our local media. Appreciate all of you being here, some of it on very short notice. We're going to do this in 2 parts. The commissioner has to return back to the meeting, so we're going to hear from the commissioner first. He'll be followed by the visionary for Mercedes-Benz Stadium and the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur M. Blank. We'll then get a picture with Arthur and Roger, and then we're going to excuse the commissioner to go back to the meetings, and then we'll have a chance to hear from our state delegation. With that, we'll turn it over to Commissioner Goodell.
Well, thank you. I know you all, this is not new news, but we want to officially say congratulations to the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta community for hosting Super Bowl 62. So congratulations to all of you on that. I think this is a huge statement about this community. Atlanta, their leadership, both in the public sector and the private sector, they have been known on a global basis as the city that can make things happen, brings great events, reflects the best of America and the best of this country. And I think, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium has also become known as one of those stadiums that, because of the tremendous original work that was done, but also to keep it up to pace, the technology, the comfort for fans, the experience that you get when you come to that stadium is really extraordinary. All of those things, I think, make this a perfect site for the Super Bowl. We couldn't be prouder to have it in the city. We know this is, I think, the 4th time Atlanta will host the Super Bowl. We have no reservations, nothing but optimism as we go forward about what we think will be a great experience for our fans and I think the NFL. This doesn't happen without great leadership, and Arthur Blank is that leader in our room for this community. The respect he has in that room, the respect I think he has in this community and around the world, he is a game changer. He makes things happen, and I think all of us are so proud to support him. He deserves this. This community deserves it. But Arthur, thank you for that great leadership. And I also want to thank the Atlanta Super Bowl host committee. I don't know if Dan's here or where he is, but Dan's over here. But and so many of this team, the public leadership, thank you. These types of events don't happen with a great partnership, without great partnership, both on the public and private side. And we really feel like we're in great hands. We will sleep well, and we look forward to being here for Super Bowl 62. So thank you all. Arthur?
I want to thank Commissioner. I'm blessed with working with Rod as our commissioner for 18 years now, and his leadership, the leadership of everybody at the league office has been incredible and brought the National Football League to where it is now, and we've been honored to be part of this partnership for 22 years. I want to thank Peter O'Reilly, who's over there in the corner, for all of your work and leadership on this, and of course, I want to thank you for all of your work on it. I also want to thank all the NFL partners. There's a lot of things that go into making a decision about where the Super Bowl is going to be, and obviously everything that the commissioner expressed is all paramount, but their belief in our franchise, their belief in the city, their belief in the state, their belief in our ability to support another Super Bowl. This will be the second Super Bowl we're hosting within a decade. In the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The other group that I really want to make sure we give special thanks to is our own internal leadership team that's been working on this bid for quite some while now. There's a long list of them. I want to thank them all for their efforts and their work on behalf of Atlanta, on behalf of the Falcons, and what have you. Partnerships happen both obviously in this room that I just came from, but partnerships with the state and the city, and we're blessed. Governor Kemp is traveling internationally today, cannot be here. Lieutenant Governor Jones is here, Speaker Burns is here, Mayor Dickens, who is every place I am ever. He is. So we're thrilled really to be able to accept this, this responsibility. There's a long list of events that are coming up for Atlanta. I think Rich is going to mention them a little bit later, but they certainly include the College National Championship this year, FIFA World Cup games 2026, 2025, FIFA World Cup itself in 2026, the SEC Championship on a yearly basis, and now obviously the men's Final Four is in 2031. And obviously adding Super Bowl 62 to that long list in 2028. So Mercedes-Benz Stadium was really built to accommodate events of this magnitude and support Atlanta, support our community, support everything that we believe in. The evidence of that, I think, in part is that in the last 2 years, the NFL, as the voice of the fan, has voted, our fans nationally have voted, I like to say internationally, but nationally, have voted our stadium to be number one, number two in terms of the game day experience. And for the last 6 years, have voted us number one in terms of food and beverage experience. And we're the only sports venue in the United States to have a clean platinum certification. So in all areas that we care deeply about, and our community cares deeply about, we try to provide that leadership. So thank you again to everybody involved. Our partners will hear from you shortly. Appreciate all of our support from our fans, our leaders, to make this a reality for Atlanta. Thank you so much.
Yes. Take a picture with Commissioner and Arthur, and then we'll bring Peter.
We're good. Make it.
I'm sure. All right,
Arthur's only excuse for 15 minutes.
thank you. With that, we'll excuse the commissioner. We're going to keep Arthur up here and Peter for a short Q&A. Please, we have two mic runners. Please state your name, affiliation, and who your question is for. We're going to start with Ben Fisher right here.
All right, this question is for Arthur. Arthur, looking back at the, right here.
Yes.
Looking back at the Super Bowl of 2019, and now looking ahead to this new one in 2028, what do you expect your team in the city to improve upon from 2019? Something that, could have gone better that you expect to get right in 2028?
Well, I would say the weather in 2019 was superb.
Yeah.
So we'll root for the same weather we had then, and hopefully we will. But the experience, I think, everything about downtown Atlanta, all the walkability, connection to the hotels, connections to the restaurants, connection to the airport, connection to mass transit, everything that makes Atlanta so livable, are things that I think the NFL appreciates, our fans appreciate it, and people who travel there. It'll be interesting. It'll be less public space, and Peter had mentioned this in his comments earlier on the floor. There'll be less public space because of all this incredible, beautiful development we're seeing downtown. So that'll be more interesting, and I think our fans will find that, fans from the NFL will find that engaging as they come here for a visit. But we expect, we put in invested close to $200 million additionally in the stadium since it's been opened in the last couple of years and over the next few years. So the stadium itself is going to be incredible, and the community will do the usual embracing, and it's not only about the facilities, it's always about the people. And that's why I mentioned earlier what I did about the way fans feel in our building. It's not just about how things look and what have you, but it's really how do we make them feel. And we're looking forward to making all fans that are visiting us for Super Bowl 62 feel incredible as they have been.
Right here to you, Orlando, that better?
Hey, Arthur, could you discuss
You
how,
always have me every week. You need to ask questions.
we'll get to Peter. Could you discuss the process and how it's had changed over the years in awarding the Super Bowl to the cities?
Well, what would happen in the past, and many of you are probably aware of this, is that a number of cities would be bidding. At the same time, they would come here, we'd bring this group and maybe others, and be here for basically the better part of the day, 3 or 4 different cities that would be making presentations, and one would be voted to win and 3 would go home. And I think the NFL concluded, I felt this way personally, but the NFL concluded that there's nobody connected to the NFL that's a loser or shouldn't feel that way at all. And so I think the process has changed, and Peter can describe it in much more detail, but the vetting process and the cyclicality of which cities are encouraged and when they can line up and they raise their hands and do the bid work, et cetera. So it's become much more refined, I think, and I think it gives the cities an opportunity to do a better job in even planning than they've had before. So let me flip. Peter, could you answer that too?
I think East Flank covered it really well, but I think we made that decision a while ago. You've seen other properties go this direction and take our lead on it in terms of really thinking about the horizon, identifying that city. We've got very clear standards and specifications that have to be met, and work with our committee to identify that city, and then spend the time to get it right and make sure we're aligned. And that process previously, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like the best process for the NFL. And I think since we've gone to that, I think we've only gotten better in terms of the partnerships we've formed, because we've spent, and I was talking to Dan about this earlier, you spend the time during this process to really lock arms, answer and solve the tricky parts of the equation during the bid process versus spinning a few different plates and at the surface level and voting on one and then sprinting to the finish line. We sorted out a lot together. I think to make us better come 2028. So we're proud of the process. Shout out to Matt Shapiro over here, who is the architect of that new process.
Go to Justin Felder back there.
Mr. Blank, what does it mean to you and what do you hope it will mean to the city of Atlanta to have Super Bowl 62 back here and to also have all the other events, worldwide events that will be there over the next few years?
It means a great deal to me personally as well as professionally. I've been in Atlanta since 1978. When I moved here, there was less than 1 million people living in the greater Atlanta area. Today, there's a little over 8 million living in greater Atlanta. And so to see Atlanta grow, and not only grow, but to prosper, in all ways and every way we can imagine, and be able to have downtown Atlanta be the heart, the hub of the city is a beautiful thing. And to see the growth around downtown, to see the growth to the west side, to see the betterment we see in those communities that are historically important to everybody, not only in Atlanta, but across the nation, I think is very important. So for me personally, it's all about service. It's all about giving back. It's all about why I personally do the things that I do. Trying to make a difference in other people's lives. And I think hosting these kind of events for people that are in the building, when they come together, they're building, they're together, they're connected to each other personally, emotionally, much more of what we need today in the world, and we experience that within the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
You want to go right there in the back?
Mr. White, a lot of Falcons fans today will see this announcement knowing that the team is sitting atop the division. What do you think the chances are that the Falcons will be playing this Super Bowl?
In this Super Bowl or in 2028? Coach Mons yesterday that we hopefully going to get a vote today for 2028. So I expect it to play in that Super Bowl and hopefully at least one before. So even in other positive ways that we're going to do everything we can to make that possible. But appreciate the question. Falcons are off to a good start. We have a long way to go with 60 games. We've only put a 6 so far, but we're in a good place.
Right here for the last one.
Got to get Peter.
Yeah. Oh, Peter's part of this too. Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Blank and everyone. What do you anticipate the viewership will be concerning streaming and technology events by 2028? Thank you.
That is going to be for Peter.
That's an interesting question. I think that, our expectation is that Super Bowl viewership is going to just continue to grow. That world is continuing to change in terms of we want to make our game, our Super Bowl, all of our games as accessible as possible to fans while allowing other platforms, streaming platforms as the alternative. So I think that world will continue to change. And I think we look at it through not just a US lens. This is a global game.
Right.
The eyes of the world will be on Atlanta for this Super Bowl. So our expectation is we'll break viewership records for this game on whatever platform may be part of it. That's always our goal, is to grow every year, but certainly continue to grow the global audience in the ways that they can consume this game at all hours around the world. So obviously the Super Bowl is a viewership event where people come together, people have parties, and really capturing the size of and scale of that out-of-home viewing will be important as we move forward. But it's a changing world, and I credit to the Commissioner, Brian Rolab, Hans Schroeder, and that team who are on the pulse of making sure our fans have the greatest access to our games, inclusive of the Super Bowl on all platforms.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. To pull off a bid like this or even execute the games, it takes a village for sure. Certainly great support from our state and city governments, our partners at GWCCA, ACBB, and so many others we can't even name. We're grateful many of them are here today. We are going to get a chance now to hear from 5 leaders that have played a huge role in this and will continue to as we prepare for all these major events. We'll hear first from Dan Corso, President of the Atlanta Sports Council. They'll be followed by who would claim to be our #1 fan, Mayor Andre Dickens from the city of Atlanta. Then we'll hear from Georgia's Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, the 75th Speaker of the Georgia House, John Burns, and then Rich McKay, the CEO of AMBSC and the Atlanta Falcons. Dan?
Okay, good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. I want to echo what Commissioner Goodell said and congratulate Arthur and the Atlanta Falcons on an incredible accomplishment. You cannot understate the importance of having sporting events in your community. And the greatest compliment a sporting event can give a city is when they decide to come back more than once. When the Super Bowl elects to come to Atlanta twice within 9 years, it's a fantastic compliment to all of us and to us as a community. And I want to congratulate everybody that was involved in this, who Brett, you did a good job of naming the organizations, because it took a lot of people and a lot of organizations to go through the new process that the NFL created for this. And it was, quite frankly, very refreshing to have things ironed out, planned out, in a place now when we're awarded today, we can get right to work in the execution phase. So credit to Peter and Matt and the leadership of the NFL for this new process. Credit to everybody in this room that was a part of the bid process, and now all of you that will be a part of the planning process. You heard it earlier, the long list of events that are coming through this community and through this state really is second to none than any city in the country. There's not a city that does big sporting events better than Atlanta, and that is because of the collaboration and partnership between all the organizations, from the state to the city to the local private community. We are on a great, great roll. And I think there was a question earlier about the differences between Super Bowl 28 and Super Bowl 19. I will tell you something that's going to be the same, and that's the consistency and the cohesiveness of all the organizations working very well together to put on a great event. So it cannot be done without great state and city leadership. We're thankful to have that. We're thankful to have that representation here today. And I'm honored to hand it off to Mayor Andre Dickens to talk through that. Mayor.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you, Dan, for that introduction. And thank you for your hard work and your whole team at the Atlanta Sports Council. The things that you do to make this type of day possible. Really appreciate you guys. I also want to congratulate Arthur Blank for a tremendous job of all that you've done to be able to make this place so wonderful and attractive, and being a great partner to my administration, as well as Rich McKay and the whole team with the Atlanta Falcons, and to the Chamber of Commerce, to GWCC, as well as to the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau, and everybody else that has made this possible for us to get into this moment. Also want to thank Commissioner Roger Goodell and the NFL team, executives, Peter, and all of you for the work that you've done in choosing Atlanta, the reinforcement that what we all collectively know that Atlanta does big very well. And while I'm here, I'd be remiss if I didn't say how about them Falcons. It's been my team since I was born, so I'm excited about this and all things. And as previously mentioned, hosting Super Bowl 62 will make this Atlanta's fourth time hosting the big game, and second time at what is consistently ranked as one of the world's premier sporting events, sporting stadiums, which is Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So we're excited by that. And it seems like every time I turn around, we're making another announcement about something big like this, which is a testament to Atlanta's rising status as the sports capital of the South, and in my opinion, the sports capital of the entire nation. And of course, we all know about all the events that are forthcoming, and I'm sure Dan has even more that we are going after, and we'll be able to get those too. So I'm grateful for what we're doing, and for this is really also a testament to the city of Atlanta's growth. As was mentioned earlier, for the second year in a row, Money Magazine has named Atlanta the best city in the U.S. to live. And we're home to some of the best colleges and universities, the world's busiest and most efficient airport. The Beltline is on its way to completion. That's attracting people from everywhere. And the list goes on and on. I could brag about our city of things that we are proud of here. All of that to say that I believe that one of the many reasons perhaps that people are choosing Atlanta is because of our public-private partnerships and our nonprofit partnerships that we work together. Atlanta is really one big group project. We do that group project well. Lieutenant Governor Jones and Speaker Burns can attest to that. Regardless of our ideology or politics, the city of Atlanta will partner with our federal, state, local agencies and work tirelessly on behalf of Atlanta and the metro region and the entire state of Georgia. And our administration will certainly work day and night for the best interests of Atlanta. My COO is here, along with our City Council President, Doug Shipley, and Councilmember Amos, where the stadium resides. We are a welcoming city, a city that's rich and diverse, and it's very reflective of the country at large, larger than most any other city in the United States. We continue to make investments in our transportation and our infrastructure to support these things. So all of that combined with world-class venues and hospitality to make us a thriving ecosystem here in Atlanta. And so it proves that we are ready. We'll be ready in 2028 for the 62nd Super Bowl and back to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So again, I thank Commissioner Roger Goodell and the whole NFL league executives for their faith and confidence in this great city. And with that, I'm pleased to introduce Georgia's Lieutenant Governor, Burt Jones.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor Diggins. I appreciate that introduction, and you summed it up perfectly, Mayor. And it is an exciting day for the city of Atlanta and for the state of Georgia. I'm excited about being a part of this day. Dan, wonderful job with you and your organization. Metro Chamber, great job. But we'd like to thank the NFL and all the hard work that they have done, and also the NFL leadership, ownership that voted for Atlanta for the second time in a decade. And I appreciate all the state and city leadership that we have here today. But make no mistake about it, the credit, there's always got to be a visionary. And there's always going to be somebody who sees the big picture and what a city could look like and what it can do if it does have a collaborative effort. And that is Mr. Arthur Blank. So I definitely want to give you a big thanks, Mr. Blank. You have really taken this franchise and made it not only a community partner, but made it something that we're all very proud of here. So you've got a great team around you. I know Rich McKay and others have been with you a long time. And we appreciate the interaction that we have with this organization, Atlanta Falcons organization, and because like I said, something like this, it takes all parties pulling together, and these are exciting projects that I think everybody can wrap their arms around and really bear down and we be successful and get it done. So thank you again. I appreciate, like I said, being here today. I'm Mayor Dickens, appreciate the introduction. And Speaker of the House, John Burns, another great partner here. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Today just further cements, it's a great day to be a Georgian, Mr. Black. It's a great day to be a Georgian. Thanks to the commissioner and all the partners with NFL for bringing this event back to Georgia. But Mr. Blake, I would pause here and say, for all of the things you've done, not just in sports, but healthcare, you have made a difference in people's lives in Georgia. And I want to personally thank you for your commitment to all your neighbors. Thank you for what you've done, and certainly many other things on the horizon that you'll do for us. Thank you so much. Today's announcement makes it clear the biggest players on the largest stages in sports come to play in Atlanta. There's no doubt about that. But you know, here in Georgia, we're focused on the team. We're focused on the team, economic development. It is a team sport for us here. We work with the city and our state leaders and with the governor to make sure, and all our local partners with the private sector to make sure we bring these great sporting events that are always championed these great opportunities for Georgia, bring these events to Georgia. And we're proud of the work that my colleagues in the General Assembly have done as well when we look to bring these sporting events here in Georgia. In 2022, a gentleman here in the audience, Chairman Whitney, sponsored and extend the state sales tax exemptions on tickets for major sporting events. But he'll play a major part of bringing these sporting events to Georgia. We're proud of you, Chairman Whitney, and your work there. We're also proud of the work we've done in the General Assembly in conjunction with the Lieutenant Governor and the Senate. Chairman Hatchett, Chairman of Appropriations in the House, is here, along with our friends in the Senate, our colleagues, to appropriate nearly $30 million to assist with public safety, transportation, and other critical infrastructure pieces are necessary for a national championship game of country, for a World Cup to be here. So we're very proud of our partnership with the private sector and the work that the members of the General Assembly have supported over the years. Hosting these events takes an incredible amount of coordination between the local and state law enforcement. We're proud to continue supporting our heroes that make this possible, Mayor, for Georgians, for NFL fans, and for visitors who come to this great city. So their safety and the enjoyable experience will be part of their experience here in Atlanta. When they come to our state, they should feel safe, and we're working hard, and we have a great partnership to make them feel just that way. Now, we in Georgia understand the incredible impact these opportunities are having on our state's economy, generating millions of dollars in income for businesses of every size, not only here in Atlanta, but around our state, Mayor. And Mr. White, we are appreciative again of the work you're doing to make sure that happens. We're going to continue to make sure that Georgia is the best place to live, work, raise a family, and I like to add, have a little fun. And that's going to be part of what we're doing here. Georgia is and will continue to be the #1 business environment. It focuses on, provides a world-class, many world-class venues for sporting venues, for sporting opportunities from around the world. And we're very proud of that. I want to thank everyone that's had a hand in making this happen. It's a great day for Georgia. It's a great day for the Atlanta Falcons. And we're just very proud of what we're announcing here today. And I'll turn it over to the face of the Falcons, Mr. Rich McKay.
All right, thank you, and I'm happy to be here and not talking about the kickoff. I want to thank on behalf of the organization, the NFL, Commissioner Goodell, Peter O'Reilly, Matt Shapiro, all those people, because I do want to say that this is not, this hasn't been going on for 3 weeks. We've been working on this a little longer than that, and there are a lot of people that did a lot of work in our organization. You have Tim Zalowski, you have Greg Beatles, you have Josh Blank, you have Pete Marexler, you have all of our lawyers. We have a bunch of people that have been working on this. This is not a simple transaction. We have the Congress Center that is our partner and our landlord. They play a big part in this and making their facilities available. So thank you to all of them. Mayor Diggins said that he refers to downtown Atlanta and Atlanta as a group project. I think you saw today, it's a group project that goes statewide. And I think that is really what sets us apart and what makes us different and gives us the ability to host all these events. Arthur is the one that supplied the vision for the stadium. And then we've got people like Nathan Deal, who stepped in as the governor and gave us the opportunity to build the stadium. But we got the opportunity to build the stadium in the Georgia World Congress Center space, which involved Frank Poe and a Congress Center authority. There's a lot of people that played a part in this. And we just want to make sure we say thank you to all of them. One thing we like about what's going on with where the stadium is, if you go to that facility today and you look around, you will not recognize it. Arthur brought it up. Peter O'Reilly brought it up. We used to have a lot of land around us that was open. It won't be open long. We have a $5 billion development going right next to us at Centennial Yards. We have South Downtown, which is right across Nelson Street Bridge, that will be an incredible project of really the redevelopment of 10 square blocks of city land. You've got, don't let me forget other ones. Well, you do have a new hotel that the Congress Center just built, the Signia Hotel, the 1,000-room hotel, which is, it's a long walk. It's probably 120 yards from the stadium. So a lot has gone on. And we've tried to follow that up with Arthur's lead of what we call SDS 2.0. We built new clubs. We're building a new club at End Zone this year. It's really a cool idea up in the 300 level. We're just trying to modernize the stadium and keep up. But we're also trying to make sure that we stay as the premier event location in the world, not the United States, but in the world, and that's what we want to do at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So with that, I say thank you to all those people. We are happy to host you. We'll be seeing you before then. We have plenty of events for you to stop by and see us, but if you don't have a chance, then we'll see you at Super Bowl 62. So thank you.
I'd like to do a quick Q&A with those five, and then we'll do a photo again with them. So same principle, we have mic runners. If you have a question, just please state your name and affiliation.
Okay, let's see. Come on.
Okay, we'll do the photo last.
We'll do a photo last. Don't love that. Okay,
Questions?
You do the question. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me it's about the kickoff.
Hey, Dean, congratulations. Last time I saw you was the bid process, and I was high-fiving with you. Different now, isn't it? But how does it feel?
It feels wonderful. As I said earlier, it's much different. I think Peter put it very well. Um, We were in the room together back in Charlotte back in 2016 when we were going for 2019. And, you know, we know those other cities and what they went through in that process. And we know the disappointment that they went. We had a good day that day, but others did not. So to be able to go through it this way, Rich pointed out very well, Tim Zalowski, Josh Blank, Nick Brown, many people at the stadium, the AMBSE, the city of Atlanta, the ACBB, Georgia World Congress Center, Aaron Hendrickson on our team worked very well together, closely with the NFL over the past several months. I'm just identifying venues and methods of transportation and just real operational items to get set in stone. So now we can get into the actual execution phase. So yeah, it was a really good process.
Other questions? Right in the back.
Hey everyone, it's Randall Williams, Bloomberg News. Wondering what you learned from the last time you hosted the Super Bowl and what you're looking to improve on between now and 2028.
I think Mr. Blank had that question earlier. I'll repeat what he said. It actually went very well in 2019 too. It's hard to improve on really well. I think the weather was fantastic. It's kind of like a day like today. But the event's gotten bigger since 19 and they require more space. And so our work with the city of Atlanta, the ACBB, and the Georgia World Congress Center, and many other private entities within the downtown areas to find that space with them. I think Peter and Matt from the NFL would agree that we came up with some good solutions in that regard. So again, as the event gets bigger, more fans come in, the impact is much bigger. So certainly looking forward to it. And that's just in today. They've got several Super Bowls to go before we get to 2028. So I'm sure there'll be more coming in.
I'll say between, what's also going to be different is the area around Mercedes-Benz Stadium will have so much more development, more places for people to go to before the game, after the game, days before. So the Centennial Yards, South Downtown, so many areas are under right now construction and are going to be open by 2028 for that game.
Yeah. My apologies if this is a bit preliminary, Mr. Mayor, but do you have an idea or plan? Because generally the city has its own Super Bowl related events and nonprofits can benefit from it as well. Do you have a plan for that as well? Thank you.
Today's plan is celebration. Tomorrow, but today we're just excited to be chosen for this awesome event. Right now, we're in the planning of the World Cup.
Yes.
FIFA World Cup. So some of the things that we're going to be doing for FIFA World Cup around engaging the communities around Metro Atlanta, those elements will take those learnings and activities and do some of those for the Super Bowl. We want these events to happen with Atlanta, not just to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
So basically, people can enjoy, even if they don't go into the games themselves, they can have good fan experience all around. And so that's something for nonprofits and small businesses.
Thank you.
Yeah, dear Wayne, the letter of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. For Rich, I was going through the oath files. They were, it was a $46 million number last time in Charlotte that businessmen contributed. What was the contribution this time? And anybody, if they have the economic impact of the 2019 Super Bowl?
I'm not sure that we have an economic impact in our back pocket. We'll do one. I know we're in the process of doing one now again on the World Cup and trying to make sure that we publicize that number so people know how big the impact is. And then your other question was about, the
bid money.
Yeah, well, the price of these events to the operators is not going down. And if you would like to talk to Mr. O'Reilly about that, that would be great. But I was saying that the beauty of Atlanta is we've always been able to host these events and do it in a very group fashion between the corporate community, between us. That's what we'll do again. And as was brought to either by the speaker or lieutenant governor, you know, the House and Senate and the governor signed a bill that exempts the sales tax on tickets, which is another thing that's required by these big events. And they did that for us, so we've got that already bagged, so we're good to go. We'll figure out what that number is, and we'll probably not tell you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you.
We can't show.
I'm not gonna.
That'll be a Freedom of Information Act request. I'm a FOIA. Open records law.
Hey, Rich, next time just say 600 million. You'll be just fine.
You told me to go talk to me.
Hold that, please. Hold that. Perfect.
One more.
Oh, come on. Come on, wait, come on. Oh, look at this.
I think we ought to do one after these guys are making state legislative and county council meeting. We'll do this as one more.
Got it? That good, Brad? Yes, sir. Everyone right here?
Perfect. Hold that, please. Once more. Perfect.
Do you mind if the city officials or state legislators and city council?
I gotta go, right?
Y'all just vote for everything I say, okay?
How about it?
You're good. Someone's trying to keep it over here. Come on.
Yeah. Makes sense. That's right. One right here. Anything else? 1, 2, 3. Hold that for me, please.
Perfect.
Good, Brandon?
Thank you. Thank you. Folks, I'll be right back. And it is horrible. I know what you're saying. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'll be right back though.
What's her name?
See if I can do. Congratulations. Folks, I'll be right back. Wait, folks, I'm back. Asking news. Tom Brady won't be here after all that. Tom Brady is not going to be here. I was just informed by league representative because they're clear up all this, right? They're taking the chairs away. They're taking the chairs away. Tom Brady's not. There's no Tom Brady press conference. Now there's a. Now what there will be is like Zoom press conference with the commissioner. Or that's tomorrow. I have to find out. But Tom Brady won't be here today. I don't know about tomorrow. That's news. Tom Brady's not going to be here today. Who? Tom Brady's not. Oh, for the ownership thing. Right. I was going to. They say he's not going. He's not coming. So Tom Brady's not coming for the ownership, which means I guess something didn't quite go right. Whatever happened, happened. But put that on social media for me if you can. Tom Brady is not going to be here. Yeah. I'm waiting for Dean right now. We're talking about the Atlanta Super Bowl. So we'll find out what's going on regarding tomorrow. See if that, happens to be the time. Let's see. We can talk to the speaker really quick. Hey, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, can I get your comments about the Super Bowl real quick? And the question is, have you ever seen the time in Atlanta and Georgia we've had this many unprecedented big sports events?
Now, I was looking earlier at what was going across the screen.
Yeah.
At the number of events in Georgia that we're hosting year round.
Yes, sir.
But then these special events that come along, like the Super Bowl, the FIFA World events, World Cup events. Hey, we're people understand that we're a great place to live, work, and raise a family. But we're also a great place to work and come have fun and come view some extraordinary sporting events. We're really proud of it, all.
And U.S. Soccer's the headquarters now.
Absolutely.
How about that?
That's well, soccer is really huge now in our state. So many young people are taking advantage of that opportunity. And when I go by the stadium and are able to go to a soccer game there, boy, what enthusiasm that we're seeing around soccer in Mercedes-Benz in our state. So it's going to be a great opportunity. Hey, look, we're going to take advantage of it.
So, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
You too, sir. Thank you. Yeah.